to be honest, I'm a little scared of where this is leading. Oh, me too, girl, me too. Hello everybody, welcome back to Apollo Justice. So you might hear the clamoring of little paws running around. That's because currently Lucky is in play mode. My beautiful girlfriend River is playing around with Lucky and it's very cute. And so with that, let's get into it, shall we? That night, yes, I went to the supermarket. I must have dropped my cell phone on the way back. And when I was walking through the park, I happened to witness the crime. I saw the killer, the victim, the stand, all clear as day. It was him! I saw the defendant at the scene.
Yes, but your cell phone was lying in a garage.
Yes, well, as you can see, my model of cell phone has a defect. It is given to rolling. It's quite a pain when I drop it along the road, you know.
Looks like a normal cell phone to me. In any case, Mr. Justice, the cross-examination, please.
That's funny. My bracelet didn't react at all during that testimony. His nervous habit must not be acting up. I didn't sense anything either, actually. Looks like you're on your own this time. Right, no problem, I hope. Here comes Justice! Alright, Justice, what you got for us? Hold it! So, you went shopping, which means you were holding a grocery bag when you witnessed the murder taking place? Well, yes, of course. Incidentally, the prosecution has received no report of this domestic detail.
Mr. Stickler, can you explain yourself?
No! I mean, yes! I did go shopping, really. I walked around the supermarket trying out the free samples. It's a deeply spiritual time for me.
I'm sure the store clerks would disagree.
Do you think sampling free food counts as a religion? In any case, that night, I sampled to my heart's content and was on my way back home, yes. I think sampling free food counts as religious practice. Like, get your free food, you know? Worship yourself, why not? Hold it! That's when you passed in front of the Maractus clinic. Yes, that's correct. That was a pretty suspicious pause there. Mr. Stickler, do you think you could be a bit more specific? Please show us the exact route you took on the night of the murder. Oh, of course. The supermarket is here along the main road. My way home from there takes me past the Maractus clinic. This is probably when I dropped my cell phone. Yet was I walked on unaware of my loss. And walked right into that fateful park. Let's have a look at the evidence, shall we? So, not that one. Come on. So he comes in from that side. Rocky goes around the other way. Okay, right, let's just keep it, shall we? Which entrance did you enter the park from? Well, to be exact... Oh, there's a... That was me. Oopsie. One might say that I went in from the entrance closest to the Maractus clinic. It's the same entrance our victim used. Did you notice anything when you entered? Wheel marks from a noodle stand, for instance. I have no recollection of such a thing, no. Yet, though I might have missed the tracks, I could not miss what happened next. I am a keen observer of the obvious, you might say. A keen observer of the obvious. I guess you are. Aren't we all? This part of the testimony is the key. I know it! Should I press him about the killer, the victim, or the noodle stand? Alright, let's go noodle stand, because if you remember, let's have a look at the noodle stand. Have a look at that. So from one side it says El Du and then noodle. So let's see if we can trip them up. Do you happen to remember the noodle stand? Quite well, yes. For a student of the sciences, keen observation and healthy curiosity are vital. I remember everything. I could even read the sign. I believe it said... noodle! Yes, that was it.
Remembering something quite well, it sure took you a while to tell us. And thank you for telling us that a noodle stand sells noodles, very enlightening. Well, Mr. Justice...
What about that sign? Could that be important? Very important. So the sign on the noodle stand said noodle. It appears the defense has just obtained a vital piece of testimony.
Is this noodle stand's broth really that delicious? I'll have to go sample the wares one of these days. I think that's worth adding to the testimony as well.
Whatever sort of noodle stand that stand sells it. Whatever sort of noodle stand. Do they sell stands at a stand? Probably not, right? Yeah. Or at least it would require one large stand selling very small stands. I think that's... Is that how JoJo works? I've not seen JoJo. I just hear the word stand a lot. I'm still talking, aren't I? Alright, let's keep going. Whatever sort of noodles that stand sells, it can't match up to IVU's cafeteria. Fun fact about my uni cafeteria, I just would steal food from there constantly, because, like, fuck the uni, you know, like, we paid $9,000 to be there, like, for the year, like, that's got to include food, and that goes for everyone. If you can't afford food, fucking steal it. Just steal it, you know? Some apply to the school merely for a taste of our smart noodles. I wouldn't mind a taste of that myself. What the fuck are smart noodles? Okay, we're gonna... It is this statement, we're just gonna keep pressing. So, the sign said noodle! You're absolutely sure? Let me be frank. Yes. In fact, the word unsure isn't even in my dictionary, nor the word uncertain, or... You was wasting time looking that stuff up?
Noodle, eh? I like that. It tells you what you're getting. No nonsense.
Tells me a lot more than that, actually. Why are you smiling like that, Apollo? This guy holding a dictionary? Does he just come to the courtroom with a freaking dictionary and his full graduation robes? Who is this guy? Oh god, okay, I missed that line. Are you absolutely sure it was the defendant? Stop asking me the same questions over and over! This isn't some kind of makeup test! It's a makeup test, Apollo. Nothing a good student like you has to worry about. Time to find his weak spot and press it till he breaks. His habit isn't acting up, which means he isn't lying. I was kind of relying on my bracelet to get me through this one. But he's pretty unsettled. The odds are really high that you can get something out of him. That gleam in your eyes. You're a gambler's daughter through and through. I'm a magician, thank you very much. Okay. What was it saying, Noodle? A stickler? Okay, wait. Do we have a crime scene photo, or is it just presenting? Objection! There we go. And you're absolutely sure the sign read noodle? Why, just last week my professor offered me this praise. At least you have good eyesight, Stickler, I'll give you that. It read without doubt, noodle. I see. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Is that pity I see in your eyes? Let's take a look at our map, shall we? So, you're claiming that when you saw the sign, you were standing... here, was it? Although it would have been a bit hard to read the sign from this spot. You think so? Mr. Stickler, I'd like you to please take another look at the stand. and to carefully read what the sign says. See? The sign actually states the name of the stand's owner. El Dunes. El inconceivable! I'm certain it was definitely Noodle for sure. Positive?
I'm afraid your professor was wrong about that eyesight.
I wouldn't be so quick to jump to that conclusion. The sign he saw changes everything. The witness says the sign said Noodle. What would you say if I told you that there is one spot from which the sign would be read the way Mr. Stickler claims? What?
Mr. Justice, show us this spot.
The witness actually viewed the stand from this location. Good one. The witness was standing here on the opposite side.
How do you know that?
When viewed from the south, the sign on the stand reads El Dunes, as we know. However, observe the other side of the stand.
Oh, this sign says Noodle.
Exactly! The name of the stand is split between the front and back signs. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court! You witnessed the crime for the northern side of the park, not the south! Yo! You got to be...
Objection!
So what? So what? So what does it matter if he saw the killing from the north or the south side? It makes no difference at all. He's right. Travel far enough to the south and you will end up going north. Viewed on a global scale, directions are utterly without meaning. Actually, maybe he's right. What does it change? It changes everything, Apollo. Trucy? Remember his testimony from before. Though, to be honest, I'm a little scared of where this is leading. Oh, me too, girl, me too. The killer and the victim are facing each other here. Then, at the moment the killer raises his weapon, Mr. Stickler shouts. At which point, the victim turns his head to look, and the killer fires his pistol. That's why the bullet hit him in the right temple. No contradictions, right? Right. But if Mr. Stickler was standing on the north side of the park, that reverses the whole scenario. Completely. If Mr. Stickler shouts from where he is now, and the victim looks in his direction, the bullet would have to hit his left temple. In other words, someone standing at point K couldn't shoot the victim in his right temple. It's impossible.
That's right.
So, now that we know Mr. Stickler was standing on the northern side, the wound location takes on an entirely different meaning. Indeed. You are absolutely correct, Fraulein.
What meaning?
The entry wound was on the right side of the victim's head, correct? Well, the right side of the victim's head is north.
North? Oh! But that's where the witness, Wesley Stickler, was standing.
Correct. So, if he was standing to the north, then the only person here who could have shot the victim in the right temple was Mr. Stickler himself.
Order! Order!
Wow, the apple didn't fall far from the tree. She's flipped this whole case on its head while I was still figuring it out.
Objection!
Clarify 1 point for me if you would, forehead. What now? Are you truly accusing this college student of murder? Well, I can't say he exactly looks innocent, but something still doesn't feel right. I just can't picture him as the real killer. No, please look aside. I'm really a nice guy. All of my friends say so.
Let's hear what the defense has to say.
What are you gonna do now, Justice? Should I really accuse Mr. Stickler? I don't think Wesley Stickler is a killer, but he's not innocent either. His unusual silence tells me that much. Mr. Stickler, you seem unusually quiet. Tell us why, now! The word confession isn't in my dictionary. Forehead. I'm afraid it falls to you to elucidate Stickler's silence.
Mr. Justice, you did say you were accusing the witness just now for a crime other than murder. Your reason? The court is all ears.
Gah! I know he's guilty of something, but what crime other than murder is there? Do I have evidence that shows his involvement in some other crime?
Your evidence, the court's all eyes, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that points to the witness's involvement in a crime.
Alright, what we got? What do y'all think it is? If you've been watching the other episodes, I've kind of been alluding to something real creepy with this guy, so let's just do it.
Take that!
The evidence is this!
What? Is that woman's underwear?
Hey! Those are mine! Revy, would you give me some treats? Thank you. Don't look at me like that!
Order, order, order! Mr. Stickler, while I can't say this comes as a shock,
It's not what it seems! My father gorilla serum! Oh my god. On the night of the murder, just past 9 p.m., a young girl catches a panty snatcher red-handed. Bravely, she gives chase, but the snatcher flees and hides himself in no other place than the Maractus Clinic garage.
aha!
Incidentally, these panties were found in the exhaust pipe of the car there. Presumably, he was trying to hide the evidence of his crime. Ergo, while you may not be a murderer, you are guilty of panty snatching in the first degree! Please hear me out, it's not what it looks like!
Order, order, order! Mr. Stickler, you should be ashamed.
It's not what it seems.
So, are we to understand that you were silent not because you were guilty of murder, but because you lacked the courage to admit your theft of this girl's undergarments?
Perhaps you're not aware that my school's name was originally written IV. I stands for intelligent, V stands for valiant, C.
Your point?
I'm not that now, a major in the science department. And what does science teach if not curiosity? Yes, we of the IVU science department are valiantly curious. No challenge is too daunting, and what greater challenge to science than a mystery? Come on, you're talking about a girl's panties here. No, you do not understand. A mystery is the unknown, and the unknown is unacceptable. And my friends, when it comes to mysteries, those panties are the promised land. From the moment I laid eyes on them, I was compelled to investigate. For science. A full-sized car tire was the only first mystery. Was only the first mystery. Where did you go? A full-size car tire was only the first mystery those panties revealed. Tire? Yes, I saw her do it. She pulled the tire out of those panties. But that's not all. First there was the tire, then a stew pot and a frozen chicken. One mystery after it was! It was magic. Oh, I remember now. He's one of the regulars in the audience in the Wonder Bar. Huh? He's talking about my magic panties trick. I just don't understand. A bloom from a pair of panties. It mocks the very laws of physics. A broom? And a frozen chicken, Trucy? Whatever happened to doves and bunny rabbits?
Mr. Stickler, you stole this girl's panties to understand a magic trick.
You say panties, but they are so much more than that! 1 second, I need a drink. Woo! Remember, always warm up your vocal cords. Always gotta warm them up. So, you kind of see what I was saying before. Like, it's not... They kind of put the creepy kind of vibe onto this guy, who they obviously queer code him as well, and then they have him steal panties, and obviously, like, it's not necessarily for the reason you think, but, like, it's flirting with that, with the openly queer character. Well, I say openly queer, but with those eyelashes and those lips, girl, please, come on. Like, but, like, do you kind of see what I mean? It's not great, but it's actually better than I thought. I forgot that he doesn't actually steal them for, like, creepy reasons. But, I mean, still creepy. Anyway, let's get on with it. You say panties, but they are so much more than that! For me, they are an object for serious study! I wonder... There's been a recent rash of panty snatchings in the area. Were they all you? I'm sorry. But I did it for science! Each time I spied a pair of panties flapping in the breeze, I thought maybe this would be the pair that I would listen to the mystery. Even as that night she chased me through the streets, I wept tears of joy. Perhaps it's that I will see some truth that lies within those panties. Yet woe was I, for once again the lazy pattern truth slipped through my fingers. Oh my god. Wesley, call it, bro. Like, Jesus Christ. Whew.
Still, that leaves one thing unexplained.
Ah, you refer to our witness's other lie, yes? The witness claimed he saw the crime from the south, but was in fact in the north.
Indeed. Would anyone care to explain why he lied about that?
Be my guest there, forehead. Me? Did I not hear you correctly? Did you not say you do not accuse the witness of murder? Why then, did the witness lie about his location at the time of his shooting? Or have you no idea? Apollo, there's something about the way the diagram is arranged right now. When you think about it, right near where Mr. Stickler is standing, isn't there a...
Well, Mr. Justice, what say you? Do you have any evidence to show why the witness lied about his location?
What do you think, viewers? Why would he stand on that other side, huh? What do we think? Ah, we all know, don't we? The evidence that shows why he lied is this!
What? More panties?
How many panties are you carrying in your pocket, there, forehead?
These are the last! Honest!
These were found in a trash can at the park. Looking at the diagram, we can see that the trash can was right next to where the witness stood.
Mr. Stickler, you didn't.
Alas, I'm a failure as a scientist. I can't unravel the mysteries of the universe. I can't even unravel a pair of panties.
So, these panties are your handiwork as well.
That night, I'd been chased, hounded, into the Maractus Clinic garage. Weeping in frustration, I was forced to abandon my prize. Don't you see how I felt? Believe me, I'd rather not. I hid in the garage for a short while. Then, abandoning the panties, I made for home. To avoid the office where the girl works, I went towards the south entrance. When I saw them hanging there on a clothesline by a giant mansion. A giant pair of panties. Apparently he didn't know those bloomers belonged to the mob. I had them safe in my pocket, ready to take home, when I stumbled upon a murder. The murder of Dr. Maractus. I reported what I had seen, but as I waited for the police to arrive, I got scared. What if they searched me? That's when you disposed of the bloomers. Yes, it was a severe blow to the progress of science, but one that had to be borne.
A fascinating, if disturbing tale.
Fascinating yet disturbing tale. That is accurate.
I believe this brings today's proceedings to a close, and I'm more than pleased to dismiss this witness for the remainder of the trial.
One last thing, if I might.
Yes, Prosecutor Gavin?
Regardless of where we ended today, some vital points were made. Namely, that the defendant, Waki Kitaki, was at the scene of the crime, and he was pointing a weapon at the victim. One more thing. Waki Kitaki has a clear motive.
Indeed, the defendant Waki Kitaki is still the prime suspect in this case. The only suspect, in fact, assuming there was no one else on the scene at the time. Yet, a mystery remains. The location of the wound in the victim's right temple has yet to be explained. The court requests further investigation from both the defense and the prosecution.
Yeah, baby. No problem!
Very well. This brings the trial for the day to a close. Court is adjourned!
Alright everyone, stay gay, stay hydrated. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye everybody.